Welcome to St. Brigids Primary School's Story of the Three Bears, as told by Year 6.
Wait a minute. This is not a story about three bears.
But you said this story is about three koala bears.
Well, for starters, a koala is not a bear. It's a marsupial. And this story is about the three different sides of a koala who wanted to be a turtle.
A koala who wanted to be a turtle?
Yes, that's right. This is the story of Hanabila, the koala who turned into a turtle.
Our story starts with a goal for change.
We had noticed that our school grounds were not being cared for as much as they should. Being caretakers of country and stewards of creation, something had to be done.
We knew that this was a whole school problem, and so we surveyed all the students and staff to see what we should do about it.
The results were clear, but our school cared about planting our own food, creating a safe environment for friendly species, and reducing our waste.
Year 5 put our survey into a graph, and it didn't matter which way they graphed it, the results remained the same. So this is what we did.
Our first goal was to grow our own vegetables and use what we grew in the canteen.
First we had to weed the gardens.
We thought it was going to be much more glamorous than this.
We had lots of weeds, but our garden looked good.
Then we had to prepare the garden beds.
We made sure the watering system worked, and we put the stakes for the tomatoes to grow on.
We invited Mrs. Fogarty from Blue Boat Farm to offer some advice.
She told us to saturate the garden beds before we planted the seedlings.
So, saturate the beds we did. And each other.
In class, we researched all different types of vegetables. We looked at if they suited our climate, when they should be planted, and how long they'd grow. We even learned about companion planting.
We came up with a final list of our favourites, and we planted. Mrs. Fogarty told us to put sugar cane around our seedlings to protect them. We might have got some sugar cane on ourselves as well.
And then we waited, and we watered, and we waited.
Within weeks, we had success.
Our tomatoes were growing so fast with their companions, marigolds.
Our baby spinach was thriving.
We patiently watched and watered and waited.
Until, finally, it was time to harvest.
We learnt all about only taking what we needed and leaving the rest to continue growing. This cut down on wastage.
We learnt the difference between ripe and not.
We had enough to share with the canteen and the teachers.
We had conversations about the beauty and colours of fresh, nude food.
But it wasn't only us who enjoyed the gardens.
Students from all grades got involved.
It was at this stage that we were lucky enough to have been gifted a cooking kit from Oz Harvest Feast programs. We were so excited, and so was our koala. This meant we could cook.
We made mini quiche.
We learned how to cut carefully.
And how to grate, even in fairy rings.
Success. We learned about food safety, oven safety, and so much more.
When we sold our quiches, we knew where we wanted the money to go. To saving the Honolulu turtle. Goal 1 achieved.
Our second goal was very personal to us.
The demonstration to save the Siam koalas was all over the news. This was as local as it could get. Our own koalas, where many of their families live, were under threat.
Each week for 10 weeks, we worked in small groups to write strong, persuasive texts to help save the koala habitats in local suburbs.
We took our letters to Kate Washington, our local member, and we posted them to Susan Ley, the Environment Minister, to try and persuade her to vote against the quarry expansion. We were devastated to learn that our voices were not enough.
So we were empowered to do more. We invited Jane Lloyd-Jones from the Hunted Local Land Services to come and talk to us about predators of local species.
We also had Freddie and Pauline from the Biodiversity Division of the Department of Planning, Industry and Environment speak to us about the threatened species in our local area.
We learnt a lot.
Year 4 got on board and researched 12 local friend species, and we had a whole school vote to nominate a mascot for our school that we would work to protect.
Year 2 weren't to be left out. They graphed the results of the survey for us.
And the winner, by a landslide, was the Hunter River turtle.
This seemed like a perfect choice to us because our school is in Raymond Terrace and it sits on the junction of the Hunter and Williams rivers.
So we contacted Aussie Ark, and they sent Andrew Steen out to show us what a Hunter River turtle looks like.
This is so exciting that Jane got involved again and organised a whole turtle day for our students. We were just annoyed that Year 6 didn't get to participate, but apparently sharing is caring.
So Years 3 and 5 tested river water quality.
Made reporter interview videos about the turtle.
Learned about the predation of foxes.
Did bug surveys.
And checked them on the chart.
They played capture the nest as turtles, foxes and pigs.
And even got to meet a turtle, a frog, a possum and a lace monitor lizard. No, we're not jealous at all.
Sharing is caring. Goal 2 achieved.
Our third goal was to reduce the waste at our school. Sadly, a lot of the food we bring to school is all pre-packaged. And we are working hard to educate ourselves and our parents about the environmental cost of this.
We started by taking some photos of lunchboxes.
We were very sad to see all that packaging.
But we also saw some nude foods. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time to give this goal the attention it needed. So rather than not do it well, we decided to make it a goal for next year.
Goal 3, postponed.
And so that brought us to our koala.
We were all invited to submit designs. We had so much we wanted to put on.
We wanted to recognise the Aboriginal philosophy of caring for country.
We wanted to recognise our social justice work to save the koala.
We wanted to show off our amazing vegetable gardens, but ultimately we wanted to acknowledge the Hunter River turtle.
So we prepared.
We designed.
And we painted Hunter Billagura, the koala who wanted to be a turtle.
Oh, and did we mention that we donated our money to the Aussie Ark enclosure being built at the Australian Reptile Park?
We did this. We made a difference.